Good morning, everyone. We have a special privilege of hosting Jessica Manrique with Momentum Realty today. She's going to be talking about engaging the community with Facebook groups. She's a local agent here in San Lorenzo. So welcome, Jessica.
Thanks for having me, Garrick. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of being on social media, but more so Facebook community groups. So when I started real estate in 2020, that's when COVID happened. And I was able to door knock for a few months, but then they shut that down. I was cold calling, but not effectively, not consistently. I was just basically doing all the things, but I knew one thing I was on, and what everyone else was doing was they were on their phones because they were either stuck at home or working from home. Just everyone was at home, right? So we were all just browsing, on Zillow and whatever's there, TikTok, whatever's on there. So then I don't know what, it just one day in my head, I'm like, hey, I can reach way more people faster on my local community group because I wanted to farm San Lorenzo where I live. So let me show you the community page. So there's two community pages in San Lorenzo. One of them is ran by, I think, one of the moms who's part of the softball group here. And then the other one, she is part of the HOA. So on this page, back, I think when I first started, there was maybe like 8,000 members. Now looks like it's grown a lot. I didn't even notice that till now. A little over 9,500. And then the other one is, I think it's what's happening. Let me see. See if I can find it. Okay, I don't know where the other one is at, but there's another one. I think there's about 6,000 members. So I realized I can basically look on here, prospect, engage daily, and just my goal is just to basically farm on social media, because if I keep posting, if I keep engaging and commenting and all this stuff, people will eventually recognize my name. And it's not going to be like, oh, overnight or a couple months even, or even a year, that they'll know who you are, right? But if you just keep providing value, and just showing your name on there, they're gonna at least know who you are, and then maybe they see your name a lot, and then they're curious and they click on your page and then say, oh, you're a local realtor. So I'm going to, let me see, search. Search on here to see. I could show you the stuff that I have posted on here first of what I do to farm. Okay. So I don't really feel like I come across as salesy on there. I just put just listed. This is my listing, open house, and I just leave it like that. I don't put any comments, nothing like that at all. At least they know I'm doing business in San Lorenzo consistently. Said I had 2 likes, but you'll know or find out that a lot of people on here, they don't necessarily like or comment, but they are watching you. They really comment on like a bunch of political stuff. When you see someone post about something political, there's always like 59,000 of comments. I don't know if you guys seen recently in the news, there was that controversy where there was a drag queen that came to the San Lorenzo library. They had a story time with someone that was in drag, and then there was I think they were called something boys group, and they came to storm in and try to stop it, and it scared the kids and all that stuff. So that got us a lot of attention in San Lorenzo. What was my point in that? I forget. I have to go back. I forgot what my point is with that. But just always look on here. There's always, you can always see like what's always going on in the community and chime in. Oh, my point in that was that got a lot of attention because it's, you'll see that people will comment on other stuff like that, but they are looking and they're watching you. Garage sale, I hosted, not that I hosted a garage sale, my clients did because I was selling their home here. This QR code just leads to my Instagram page. It doesn't go to my website because I can't engage with people on a website. So that's why I put my Instagram QR code. Oh, and if you guys have any questions at any time, just you can just chime in, because I don't want this to just be me talking. I want you to engage and ask me any questions. So, or maybe Garrick, you can moderate, and if there's any questions in the chat room, you can interrupt me.
Sure thing, sure thing. So right before before the recording started, we were just talking about the garage sale, and I thought that was a great idea. If you have signs, you could volunteer, well, because this is her listing, she's going to be promoting it with her signs anyways, but you could offer other people to borrow your signs and put a sign writer and say garage sale. So that way you're doing dual purpose, because your A-frames are out there and you're helping the client. So that was a
Definitely.
cool thing.
And it just shows your name like every weekend, right? It just gives you a reason to put your stuff out there. And instead, yeah, so people don't have to put their homeowners don't have to put their signs on telephone posts, right? They can just you can just deliver your
Yeah.
signs to them so that you can meet them, right? So that is a really good idea, Garrick. This home, so I try to do open houses in San Lorenzo because I want to farm this area, and it gives me a reason to post stuff like this to make it look like my own, even though this was not my listing. And it gives me a reason to put out my signs every weekend so everyone can see that I'm doing business. So this was another listing agent's listing, and I asked her if I could host so that I could post again and just get more people to recognize me. Oh, she has a listing in San Lorenzo. She must be doing a lot of business. But again, the first two were mine. This one is not mine. And then I also host community events. Again, for the reason is to meet community members and to give back to the community, and also, of course, farming to bring myself future business. So in April of this year, we hosted a San Lorenzo extravaganza, basically just, for fun, for all the kids. What did I say? Come to our this was the first annual extravaganza. I don't know if back then, I've lived here since 94. I don't know, maybe one time they had an extravaganza by another local realtor who farms this area, but other than that, I don't remember it growing up. So I thought that would be a good idea. So we put 2 golden eggs out. If you find them, one goes to Bruja, which is a local San Lorenzo coffee shop, and another Frodo Joe's is a local breakfast place. And so if you see, like, I'm also supporting local businesses, and people, love that, right? And you want to support your community. You are a figure in your community, and you want to make your presence known. And I also had a magician there. One of my lenders, his son is a magician, so we were able to get him there to do that, to make it fun. We had arts and crafts. And yeah, I mean, we had a really good turnout despite it was pouring rain that morning, which I was really shocked. And we were in competition with a local park. It's called Kennedy Park here, which was closed for, I don't know, like a year or two. I don't know if you know, Garrick.
Yeah, that's like 2 years. They were rebuilding the whole thing.
Yeah, and they reopened, and they were doing an egg hunt the same day. And I was like, oh shoot, like I was worried, like we put all this time into there, but we had a really great turnout. I was pleasantly surprised.
Which park did you use?
What is it?
Which park did you use?
Oh, we use a San Lorenzo Little League. So Leha, who is a Compass realtor who also lives in San Lorenzo, she has a relationship with him because all her kids played softball there, and he's always letting us use it. He doesn't charge anything because he knows we do business here. He knows a lot of families, and he loves the kids, so he's always willing to let us just use his parking lot and lawn area. And then we posted here another, this is prior to the event, so we posted this every week before the event, just again to show face. This was our flyer, and then we also passed these out we door knocked with these flyers as well, and we also dropped them off to local businesses.
Door knocked. How many doors did you do?
We just did I think I did maybe 50. We split it up. So Monica, Leha, and Maria and myself, we all live in San Lorenzo. I don't know how many they did. I did like 50. And then Chris and Angel, I just had them drop off the flyers to the local businesses in the area. Do you guys have any questions so far?
This is also pushing into the idea of being like what I call the mayor of the city. So you've basically made yourself super visible, but you're doing it inside of Facebook groups. It's
Yes.
less expensive, and then now
Yeah.
you're treated as the
Zero
authority.
money.
You're
Yeah.
treated as the authority on here. And I think some people, newer agents, may feel like, well, who am I? I'm just like a nobody. And
Yeah.
then, but if you position yourself, if you have the confidence, if you're providing value, then you will elevate yourself to become that mayor.
Yeah.
So when people think real estate, now they're just going to call Jessica. And that's why I teased her to say, leave some for us.
Yeah. That's what you want to do, right? I mean, when I started, I'm like, nobody's gonna know me, but I'm just going to keep doing it until they do. Eventually they will. They will. So you have to think bigger, like really, really
Mhm.
big. And yeah, San Lorenzo does not have a mayor. We're unincorporated area of Alameda County. So maybe that could be me, hopefully. We'll see. Um, and then another people love food. So I always try to offer food like at my open houses, community events, anything, right? Um, Here is another collaboration I did to get myself seen. I collaborated with El Pueble, which is a local snack ice cream shop. I've been, to them a couple of times, but I don't go consistently just because I don't have a sweet tooth like that, and I don't like my kids to have to be pumped up with sugar. Um, so one of my business on my business plan for this year was to really build my relationship with local business owners so that maybe they, her customers might refer me or she might want to buy in the future or sell in the future. So I met with Ellie in January. I was like, hey, I have this idea. I know you just kind of took over the business from your brother, and I want to get you out there, and I'm also trying to put myself out there. So
Mhm.
let's collaborate so that I can get people to your business, right? And get you visibility as well as myself. So my idea to her, I pitched this idea to her. Would it be okay if maybe I, offered free ice cream or paid for ice cream every, Wednesday from 6 to 8, and invite anyone in the community to come to you, right? Who may have never seen you or heard of you, but now because I'm offering free ice cream, they're coming to you, and then they'll, tell their friends and family about it. So she's like, yeah, that would be awesome. Like, let's do it. It was easy. She had a sheet with tally marks, so she would just mark off who would come every Wednesday, 6 to 8. And then at the end of the month, we did it for the whole month of March. I think my bill was like $125. It wasn't,
What?
much. Yeah. Because they're
What?
like $2 to $3 a scoop. It wasn't much. So and my main goal in that was also really to give myself another reason to post on Facebook and pass out flyers and meet the neighbors again. So this is something I did here.
This is definitely not salesy. So you're giving something of value for sure. Nobody's
Mhm.
going to complain about this.
Yeah, who's gonna
We're
complain about
friends.
free ice cream? Yeah, yeah. I just put on there, just mention just sold, and then you'll get a free ice cream, free scoop, any flavor of your choice.
Do you keep the sign there so that when they walk in, they could see the sign and say, "Oh, I want the just sold special."
I think she had a flyer up, but I don't think she posted it. She had it like inside, but she didn't have it on the outside. But that was in March. I'm like, oh, I should probably do it again because she was like, oh, that was really, really cool. Like, thank you for even considering me to like collaborate. I was like, no, thank you. Like she's awesome. She's 24, has her own business. I'm like, you have to be very disciplined to do that. Owning a restaurant, you have to be there every day, all the hours. She does all the inventory herself, everything. So I thought that was really cool. And then now I'm building my relationship with her, right?
Yeah. So that
Any questions on that?
to that, that's like what I call borrowed audiences, right? So all of
Yes.
her ice cream fans then connected with Jess for real estate, and then the other way around too. So all of Jessica's audience then sees the ice cream shop. So
Yeah. And another reason is because she has an Instagram and let me see how many followers they have. So the whole prior to the month prior to the event, and then the whole month of the event, she was reposting me, and I'm able to, what do you call it,
borrow the
borrow
audience. Yeah.
audience. She has about almost 3,000 followers. I'm pretty sure I got some followers from doing this, like local people, right?
Mhm.
So that is another reason, is to gain more people to my Instagram page as well. First time home buyer seminar. I'm offering something of value again, free buyer seminar. Anyone interested, send me a DM. Super simple. Not trying to say too much on here. And then same thing. Every time I do an event, door knock, drop off local flyers to local business, drop off flyers to local businesses and post on social media. This one was my listing. We had an estate sale. So if you're on the community pages, if you ever see an estate sale, I mean, most of the time they do have a realtor or yard sale. If they're doing a yard sale, I would just go there and shop, like, walk your dog yourself, whatever, take your kids, go buy something, talk to the sellers. I had seen that there was a yard sale here when I first started, and my husband and I went over there with no intentions of buying anything, but because I thought maybe, hey, they're getting rid of stuff, maybe they might be selling. So I went there and talked to them, met the owners, and was just talking to them. And I didn't directly ask them like, hey, I see you're getting rid of a lot of junk, like, are you making a move next? I said, hey, I always walk this neighborhood. I never met you guys. By the way, your neighbors, they're never here. Like when I door knock, what's going on with this house? It was like really old and just like grass everywhere. They're like, oh, actually they don't live here. They left the house to the daughter and it's been vacant for 15 years.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
a lead for me, because then I was able to I know how to skip trace them, and I've been trying to like follow up with her to see if she would sell, but she hasn't responded still. But I also brought that up to some of my cash buyers, like, hey, if this is something you're interested in, like, let's see if we can get a deal in. So I'm not directly trying to sell myself, but at least they know, oh, I'm a local realtor, and then they gave me information about the neighbors, right?
So over the past 2 years, how many listings or transactions do you think attributed to the Facebook groups, the community group?
None. Zero. I haven't closed any directly
Mm.
from the Facebook group, but
Mhm.
I have had 2 people come to my open house, and every time someone comes, I'll ask them, hey, how did you find this open house today? 2 of them said, oh, we saw you on Facebook.
That's close
Uh,
enough.
yeah, so that to me was a win, because I'm like, okay, now they're seeing my stuff on there and they're just coming for the food, which is fine because I want to meet them, right? I don't care if they want to see the house. I mean, of course I want to sell the house, but there was 2 people that came to one of my other Keller listings when I had the churro truck there, and they said because they saw me post on Facebook that there was food. I'll tell you the one that was really effective. Let me see. These are just friends. Like, I'm just posting whatever. If I know people in the area, if they need to rent something, if they need to get rid of anything, I'm like, oh, let me post it for you. So it looks like I'm like helping a seller. This is just my friend's parents' couch.
Mm-hmm,
We did a coats and churro drive, which helped out local San Lorenzo families who were in need of any warm clothing items. Let's see.
Yeah,
Local
this is
business.
actually all really good because it seems like the cost is relatively tight and you could also get a sponsor and you're always
Yes.
having content. So not only are you posting here, you're posting it elsewhere. So you're in the group, but then you're also on your regular Instagram so that people could see it. You know, I've always wanted
Yes.
to see what was in this thing.
In the community?
And no, in
Oh,
the Curious Cat. It's like it's a new bar.
oh yeah. No, yeah, it's not. It's just a little. Do you know Blind Tiger in Oakland? It's the same owner.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. It's like a little hipster restaurant, whatever. But Curious Cat, they have a lot of cocktails. So when I seen they were like almost done with renovations, I had seen somewhere, I don't remember where they said that they were inviting people to a soft opening. So I got on that list.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me look like cooler because I was like, oh, I got to go on the soft opening, whatever. But I wanted to be there for that so that I could post first before anybody else. Like, hey, look at this new business that's coming into town. Like, come check it out.
Well, it makes
So
you
always
the
get ahead of it.
authority because you have the inside.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look, 66 others.
Right.
Because they were curious about it. They were like, what's coming new, right? So
Because the
stuff
other
like that,
place
they'd be
was
like,
pretty divey and old too before this.
yeah, yeah. Before I was like, yeah. Oh, this is the house that Jasmine posted for me. This is my listing. I want to show you guys that stuff that are not mine. I had a churros. Do you guys do mega open houses?
We have not, because a lot of the agents just been doing solo for now. And we hadn't gotten to the point of where it's actually the mega. I do advise that we do the door knocking, 50 to the
Prior.
left, to the right, and in the front and the back. So we try to get that out too.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. That's really good. This was not my listing again. So I would say like if you're doing open houses and you want to farm, every Monday, look on the MLS and see who has a new listing in your area and reach out to that realtor and ask if you can host for them. And don't just ask. I'm sure Garrett's taught you guys this, but show them what you do. Hey, this is Jasmine with EXP. I see you have a listing in San Lorenzo. Congratulations. I would love to host for you. Just to let you know, when I'm hosting, I will make sure all the lights are turned on when I get in, that windows are open. If it's hot or cold, adjust the home to the temperature. Just showing them that you're a professional and you're just not like a body there to open the house.
Jasmine's been the open house queen. She has been
Yeah,
fishing and getting lots of them and making new connections. So,
that's awesome.
and then who is it? Raphael. Raphael's just starting to do that too. So he got his own signs and he's ready to hustle. He makes his own flyers. And it's like,
Oh,
oh,
perfect.
awesome. Good. He just like what you have here. He makes his own flyers and does the drops before
That's
he
great.
posts it.
Yeah, just keep doing it for
So
sure.
you're on two two community groups. Have you created any of your own, or you just kind of like went in with something that was already had a momentum in it?
I just joined and then I started posting my stuff because I want to attract all those members because like if I just start something, like I don't know who's actually going to like add me. You have to add like local people. I don't know how to really explain that, but not just your friends and the realtor community. You want just
For sure.
homeowners
Yep.
and people in the community. Um,
So you've never had to create it from scratch.
no, this one, no.
And then I think I did ask you before, were there other agents actively in these groups? Do you feel are they other people doing work in here too, or no? It's just mostly you.
The two that are big in this area, which is Tommy and Jessica Medina, no, I don't see them really. They don't post anything. Yeah, they don't really post anything. I maybe seen Jessica on there like 3 times, and then there's another guy named Eric, and actually, I've never seen his stuff on there either. Those are the only 3 that I could think of. So no. So be
Oh,
the first one.
this group's you okay, I see. You've been there in 2017. I thought the group was only from 2017. So okay,
So let
okay.
me just scroll. So that's just me posting farming, but then you can also prospect on here. Let's see, hold on. So something like this, anyone know what's being built on the west corner of Mission and Hampton?
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know, I'm gonna find out and then comment and engage with her because I want her to know that I do real estate in this area, right? I should know what is being built in that area. So then she go, oh, thank you, that's cool. Like, I mean, and then, oh, here, Sprouts, Kmart, Canes. Somewhere they beat me to it. So one time someone did ask for a realtor here, and then you saw the comments where they were tagging Jessica Medina, Janella, all the people that are in the area. And I got the appointment, but the other person that they had mentioned got before me, and she got the listing.
Okay.
She was like motivated. She was like ready to sell. I'm like, oh shoot. So you just got to look on here.
So that's speed to lead too. So when you have the opportunity, you got to be first and fast, and for sure. So don't
Definitely.
when you get the lead, don't like, oh, I'll get back to it like tomorrow, because
Yeah.
that's already too late. Even like if you're
Just-
submitting offers and they don't have a deadline, yeah, you got to go in right away.
Just got to hop on it. And this is all free, guys. So if you have, your funds are limited, definitely get on there. So I'm not gonna really scroll through everything, but on here, community members will ask, hey, looking for a local painter, looking for a local electrician. If you're a professional in the area, you should have a list of vendors and just comment and engage with them so that they know that you always have somebody, and they know that they can go to you whenever they need a vendor, a stager, a photographer, cleaner, junk removal people. I built a list of vendors, local vendors, by meeting them on the community page. Because when I see other people refer them, then I'm like, okay, I know that they do a lot of business here. They have a lot of contacts and they do good business. Otherwise, people like whenever someone's asking for a cleaner, they're always tagging Jill McCarthy. And I'm like, so she must do a lot of business. Like she's gonna be your cleaner for San Lorenzo. So eventually I want people to start tagging me to be the realtor to go to. Any questions?
Cool. I think so the ideas that I had before this, and I think this is going to just add to what you have here, but they're new, right? So so the coach that I had, so he was saying, okay, look in your community. If you don't have a group, you can create the group. But I think the difficulty will be the momentum and just trying to get people to sign up for the group. It's not impossible. It can be done. Mimi Doe, who's a friend of mine in Vancouver, she moved from Ottawa to Vancouver. She had no friends, no connections, no anything. So she created a group called Newcomers to Vancouver. And it was just kind of like a meetup group for new people who are just coming in. And the group grew within a few months up to like 6,000 or 7,000 people. And she'd like have a restaurant meetup. Hey, tonight we're doing this, tomorrow we're doing that. She's young too, so it's kind of but she was married, right? So it's kind of like almost like a singles kind of meetup, because people are looking for housing. Adding to this, when I was talking about being the mayor, not the literal mayor, but the person who has all the resources. So that's clearly what you're doing here. I think you can.
And she started a Facebook community page, or just like a meetup group?
It's called Newcomers to Vancouver.
Okay, that's a really good idea.
So and other things you can do that doesn't, maybe not related to a city, maybe you could do for an HOA, or even in a condo building. You have condo issues and people just want to talk about stuff there. That's another way, or even a special interest. So one of the other special interests we were looking at was nurses. So Ray, we may be working on that one too, right? So nurses in the healthcare industry. So it's a very specific niche that they may be sharing job openings or things that they're experiencing in the hospital. So those are some other ideas that I have regarding the Facebook groups. So cool. I like that. Providing value and being visible.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, just provide value. And then if you do start a group and it gives, and you don't have anyone that's, following you, then go to your local businesses and say, hey, Carrick, I'm a local, whatever, realtor. I started this Facebook group. I always come eat pho here. Would love to feature your business on my page. Would that be okay? Then get them to join. Then eventually just go around, just make your face known and your name known.
Jessica, will you go to that next level and interview the restaurant and put up a YouTube video?
Oh, if you were Jasmine, teach me. If you could, that was my goal. I just haven't done it yet. That was on my business plan to do that, but
That'll be like the everything about the city, right? You're on the community page. You're showcasing video restaurants on a video. People are seeing it. It's honest, so.
Actually, Monica, who lives in San Lorenzo, I collaborate with her. She's the Compass agent. She did do that this year. I was like, you beat me to it, but I was like, no, I don't have to do it anymore. Shoot, let me see if I
can you have to do it because you have a different point of view than she does.
I know.
You have your fans, which are not her fans, so that's kind of too.
Definitely.
And just because other people have done it doesn't mean you can't. So for sure.
That's true. Yeah, definitely. I just need to spend the time to do it. But that is a really good idea. Like, if you could do video, that will even be better.
We were connecting with a guy named Draymar Visuals. I think he said he might be able to do it. Not too expensive, like maybe a 2-3 minute video. He could probably put one together for $500, but
okay,
not everybody has that kind of money. You could always do it yourself. But I think the editing time, 500 is not too much to invest in, and it's forever content, right? It doesn't expire as long as the business is still there.
That's true. Yeah.
Open questions, guys. Anybody have any thoughts for Jessica?
Jessica, you make a Facebook group. That one you should ask is not your Facebook group, right?
You mean what's on my personal page?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here, let me show you real quick. Yeah, you should post on your personal page too. Hold on, let me.
That group is not, you're not owner, right? You're not.
Oh, you're saying no, someone from the HOA is the owner.
Oh, HOA.
Yeah. This is just my Facebook, and so my mother-in-law, look, there's Gary. She's on here, and I always ask my friends and family to repost all my stuff because I want to be top of mind with their followers too. But pretty much whatever I post on the community page, besides really more so community events and open houses, but I post all my others, like pending, sold. Here's a video that we did for our upcoming backpack drive. Just ask your friends and family to repost you.
You should ask post the community, but some rules say no sell, no buy.
So when I first joined the group, when I wanted to post my first open house flyer, I did ask for permission. Her name is Michelle. I was like, hey, Michelle, I just want to ask for permission. I do live in San Lorenzo. Since 94, I've grown up here, bought my first house here, still live here. Would it be okay for me to post this? She's like, yeah, you are a local business owner, so definitely.
Oh, I see.
I think that was a good point that you definitely. I think it's a good point to ask for permission. I did say that if like the group was owned by another agent, then you would take over their group, and then that would be bad. And so you got to find out who owns the group and what's the intention of the group, and then be cautious that it's not just spam. If it's always give me, then that's going to come through, and they're going to want to hide you.
Yeah.
You want people to be your allies.
Let me see. Someone said they lived in El Cerrito.
Yes.
El Cerrito, and I'm gonna see if there's a group. So search first, if you don't have a Facebook group, make one and then join a local one first to maybe see what they have on there. So there's a El Cerrito Chamber of Commerce. That's good for business, local businesses, but you're not gonna get, your everyday regular people. You want to join groups that aren't just business focused. But yeah, if you guys want, you can reach out to me and I could go through it with you more in depth, one-on-one if you like.
Cool.
All right, that's all I have.
Thank you, Jessica. You've been awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jessica.
Thanks.
Thank you.